Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so now we've done a couple videos now about rotation. Let's get into a little bit of reflection. So now with reflection, we want to reflect across a horizontal line or a vertical line, right? So in this situation, I'm going to create a line and I want this line to be at x equals 1. Remember, x equals 1 because it crosses the x-axis at 1, right? I know x equals 1 is here, and typically we think of x values as being horizontal values. However, this line of reflection will become a vertical line. So I'm going to select a point here, and it's going to create a line for me. And so now, as I go to my reflection, about a line, I'm going to select my shape. I'm going to select my line of reflection, and boom, I have my line of reflection. And so as we look at this shape, as we look at this figure, what we see here is this point here is equidistant to this point, meaning this point is 2 units away from this line on the left-hand side. Our image is 2 units away from this line on the right-hand side. So as we do vertical reflections, it's going to be a mirrored representation of it. Now, if you also notice that the y values do not change in this shape, right? So you see B, y value is still a 3. B prime, the y value is still a 3. -2 is the x value. +4 is the x value here. So all that happens is you're going 2 units away from the line of reflection, which is the absolute value of -2 plus 2. So if you do absolute value of -2 plus 2, that gives you 4. It is now 4 units away. Or if you sit here and say 2 times this x value is what this is. And so your equation here will be 2x comma y, because 2 times 2 will give you 4. However, you also want to denote that it's the absolute value or the negative in that regard, because it's a positive number. Each one of these are positive numbers because the quadrant you're in is a positive, right? So it would be -2x. So if we pay attention to the other 2 points, let's see if that's accurate, right? D, our point D here is at -1, 1. So if we do a -2 times a +1 will not be accurate. So multiplication would not be part of the equation. So you will have to do the addition piece. So that means it will be a -x plus 2 will give you the solution. Or all right. So now let's do a vertical line of refraction or a horizontal line of reflection. So we're going to choose 4 to be our line of reflection. So we're going to open all of this back up, and we're going to create a new line. And we're going to create this line at 4. Y equals 4. And then we're going to reflect about this line. And again, if you notice, our B prime, the Y values change now because it's reflected at Y equals 4. So the Y values change. When you reflect against the Y, vertical asymptote is what you want to call it. Once you reflect it over that line of reflection, those values change based upon which one it is. So if it's a horizontal line or a Y reflection, then the Y values will change. If it's a vertical line and a X value of reflection, then the X values only would change. Hopefully that sinks and makes sense.